it's the best moment for people to have fun. It's the best moment for you to work.
I'm a collector. Like, first of all, I started like this. I started collecting records. Started collecting music super young. Ended up being on records. So I was very lucky trying by myself at home at the age 13, 14 to trying to mix. I'm finding stuff and I want to put it out there. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's like, it's just my aesthetic. Realize also that break for me means like I need to be out of everything. It's the place I go to get rest and break needs to be like a retreat. Till now, it's my best meal ever of my life. It was so simple, not too much stuff, and that's holiday for me. It's like, since I arrived, like this city gave me a lot. So it was like, I didn't realize it in the beginning, I started realizing it like lately. I was privileged. I came here, they gave me this really nice platform. The way I work, my music, and I never thought in my life that there will be a city that gives me a platform that pushes me high.
Sorry that I forced you to be here, but I
don't apologize.
I really wanted
did
to talk to you.
wrong.
I really wanted to talk to you because it's again with people like Anna Palmer, like Guido. I learned things about my friends because they came to the podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, we hung out before, so I think I know a few things about you, but I'm sure I'm gonna discover certain things, and there are certain topics I want to ask your opinion because I'm very curious. Regarding the nightlife, the evolution of the nightlife. I was talking to Veronica, by the way. Hello, Veronica. On Saturday, and yeah, she was a little bit explaining to me how the dynamics of the club has been changing, not only in Hong Kong, I think probably everywhere. And then I want to get some tips from you. So because we live a certain lives with certain parallelism. So where do we start? How have you been? Chinese New Year, what have you done?
Well, I was here. It was a busy week in terms of like gatherings because we're not from here. We don't have family here. So you kind of like accepting the invitation of like, and it's gonna be usually between friends of like, we're doing this like dinner, we're doing this barbecue, we're gonna watch like the fireworks. And I think with the type of work I do, it's like being at the time and hosting at the time that the people having fun and being out. So I really have to be smart at this and balance of like when and where do I go, because after on these holidays, it's not holidays for me, it's work for me.
Yes.
So I ended up being like every night somewhere. And most of it is work for me. And
yes.
The time that I need to rest, it's like I'm somewhere because they invite me and I want to return of like, as I said, how many times you can say no?
No, but it's true. But do you ever take a holiday, like, at the end of the day, especially working in nightlife, in entertainment, it's even worse than working in F&B. Because F&B, I think certain days you can take off. You can take off certain holidays. But when it's the best moment for people to have fun, it's the best moment for you to work.
Yeah.
Let's say, do you ever take a break, or how long have you been without going without a break?
It was a period that it was 6 years in a row that I didn't have a break.
Cassio.
And the thing is like, again, you get confused of like, the people think that this is fun and you fell into that trap that it's like you're doing something that it's like, you should feel ashamed if you want to take a break.
Yes.
But then getting older and like being so many years on this, I realized also that break for me means like I need to be out of everything. It's the place I go to get rest and break needs to be like a retreat. I went with Julian, for example, that it was like a small island that had no restaurants, no bars.
Nothing.
And it was like a nice resort that you do like, you exercise in the morning, you go for swimming, you explore the island, you come early for dinner, and you sleep early because there is nothing to do. You do nice massage because that's what they provide. And that's holiday for me. It's like, I cannot be in a place that will have like a bar or like whatever. Even the restaurant without music, you know, like, because puts you in a mode of like, maybe this speaker is too small. Maybe this place would work better. Like, naturally, it's not that I'm
Yes.
forcing myself. You're just noticing stuff, and you're like, you think how you can do it better. And that's not like you kind of working in your mind.
Yes.
Like, you need, if you want to stop completely, you need to go somewhere that has zero of the elements you work.
Yes, I share your pain in a certain way because from a different angle, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of let's say my commercial activity.
Natural. It's
I'm always in restaurants, and so I calculated the number. A normal year, I eat out 500 times
Yeah.
between breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I remember one time, many years ago. We're talking about maybe 2016, 17. A client in Melbourne invited me to their home to have dinner on a Friday night. And then I was finding it so lovely. I was like, wow. I was even crying out of emotion. I'm like,
Yeah.
why is this? Is the nice food? The nice home-cooked food, And I realized it was the silence. Because I was used to hearing the chatter of a public place when I was
Yeah.
eating. And I'm like, I hate this stuff. And at the same time, for example, when I got married, you know that it is common habit to book a trip around the world, spend a few days in Maldives or Fiji, Tokyo, whatever. No, just Katrina and I we took a 2-hour flight to Sardinia and stayed 2 weeks in Sardinia in one apartment. I didn't want to move, so I understand what you do.
And exactly the meal you point out, it's like nothing compare. Like, my best meal in my memory, it's with my really good friend from army, that he took me to his family house, like in northern Greece. His father is a fisherman. He got out like short fish. He kept the best part, which is like the neck,
See, the ventresca.
yeah. And he kept the rest to sell it. He called us, it's like, hey, I just got like fresh fish, and it was like grilled, this tomato salad with onion and French fries, and it was the best because it was like from the sea, in front of the sea, their house.
Yes.
Like, no music, nothing, and we were like super young. I was 23 back then. Till now, it's my best meal ever of my life. It was so simple, not too much stuff, and not, to
Yes.
how to say, to make you feel special, like a sound or like expand, nothing to impress you. Like,
Yes. It is fun that you say that. I have a friend, a neighbor of mine called Hyatt. Hello, Hyatt. I'm sure actually he will listen to this because he's a super party animal. And we've come to an agreement that in order to make meeting easier and more frequent, we want to lower the level of preparation.
Yeah.
We don't need to do 5 appetizers like I did when David came to have dinner a couple of weeks ago in my place, and a few dishes and so on. Just one simple dish, 1 bottle of wine, and that's it. Period. No. And so that's super nice. But I in my mind, I see one paradox that I want to solve, thinking about you. You are more than a DJ, but let's say I imagine that being a DJ was what took you here.
yeah.
And in my head, you want to become a DJ because you like the party. And it's somehow.
Yeah. No, actually. I'm a collector. Like, first of all, I started like this. I started collecting records. Super young. I started collecting music super young. Ended up being on records. So I was very lucky. Someone was owing money to my dad. So sold half of his venue gave half of his venue to my dad. So I had access to a venue and also to equipment. So because he had spare like 2 turntables and a mixer, I got them at home just to secure that we're getting stuff back from him. And because I was collecting already records, I started like trying by myself at home at the age 13, 14 to trying to mix. And I started getting more into it of like, how can I make, which tune should go after this one? How can I mix them? And I start getting into this, a part of collecting to putting together as well. But the passion was like of finding stuff, digging, and back then it was like a few genres of music. Right now it's like everything. I don't mind. So I do this all of my life. The putting together, it came early as well, like mixing. But I think what keeps me in this industry is of like, I'm finding stuff and I want to put it out there. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's like, it's just my aesthetic. And it wasn't like the partying thing.
Okay.
It came that early in my years as well. And it was a nice feeling of like seeing people reacting on what I think it's nice.
Yes.
You know, like what I like.
Yes.
And seeing them liking it, I was like, that's a nice thing of like, and at the end, they pay me as well on that.
No, but okay. So how long? Let's say, how much is it something enjoyable and it's a job? Let's say, what is the proportion, or let's say, what is the different influence? Because I imagine that not every day you wake up and you say, I want to do a 2-hour set, but you have it booked and you need to deliver. How do you experience? How is your relationship nowadays with DJing, especially doing it regularly? How do you do once per week now?
1 or 2 per week.
Okay.
I used to do like in Mykonos is even.
Mykonos, you do what every day?
It's every day. It's maybe 3 times per day.
Cassio.
It's like you have daytime, a sunset one. You have like at the night venue. Then you might have like a late night client. We do like, and they pay you. We do like an after hours like at my villa with like 80 people. Then the next day you might have a boat yacht one, and then back to the venue. It's not like every day 3 times, but might be 2 most of the days.
So what is the skill? Because this is professional skill that you have developed to be able to be brilliant and sparkly. At least, let's say, face the perception of the crowd. At least to the perception of the crowd.
Well, you change to considering yourself that this is like you are professional when you keep the balance of like you have to deliver, and it's not always like the fun thing.
Yes.
Then it's also work, but it's not that I'm not enjoying what I'm doing. So it's like I enjoy all of my sets, and that's how you can keep yourself sane, and also to make it look good, because it's something that it's obvious to people. If you're not enjoying, it's gonna be boring.
Yeah.
To the people as well.
Yeah. No, but look, again, for me, it's a superpower that you guys have. Like I follow now, because my life is a little bit more dull than it used to be a few years ago. Instead of just seeing DJs every week live, I watch them on YouTube when I'm working. I put them on my headphones, and because of the evolution of technology, you are able to see a lot of sets every week from the super big guys. Let's say one of the guys that I like the most, for example, is Solomon. Yeah. I have never seen one set in which you don't find something special. And I say, this guy is a rock star, because he's doing Ibiza, and then a few days later he's in Argentina, and then a few days later, I mean, of course, I'm mixing seasons, but say Melbourne, Sydney, one day after the other, and you're like, wow. And I mean, meaningful places, meaningful venues, especially at his level, he's doing probably 30,000 people almost all the time. And I'm like, and he looks like he's enjoying what he's doing. I'm like, fuck.
Of course he's enjoying, and the thing is like, he's on the level now that, of course, every set is gonna it delivers something. Otherwise, he wouldn't be there.
At that level, yeah.
And then the videos you see, it's like they plan the videos, so should be a good set. I cannot see a bad set on a video. It's not gonna be uploaded if it's bad.
Yeah. No, it's true.
But it's on the level that, like, I see my circle of people as well, artists, like on a certain level that you are there for a reason, like because you deliver every time, and that's when we go back and say that it's like you are professional because of this. Otherwise, you're doing it for fun, and yes, sometimes it's gonna be good, sometimes it's not gonna be good. It's up to the people. But when you're focusing to deliver, it's when it changed from like a hobby to actually
Yeah.
a profession.
Yeah, 100%. You know, actually, I discovered lately one guy, lately meaning 5 days ago, and I think, listened to his set in Boiler Room in Tokyo for at least 10 times. Yeah, have you seen this? The bald guy, Yosuku Yukimatsu. You haven't seen this one?
No.
I wanted to shoot myself because I'm going to Thailand after this podcast, and I discovered that he's going to be playing in Soho House in 3 days. And the guy is amazing. I'll pass you the link. His story. I found him. Look, I hate Instagram for so many things, but there are some moments in which I thank the guys of internet because of
the
a meme.
algorithm work well.
Yes, because of a meme. There was, this inspirational story about this guy that was doing construction work until 2016, and then he got diagnosed with cancer, so he decided to do DJing full time. Like, I'm gonna die, whatever. So, and then he became an icon that he's a resident in Bergen. He plays all over the world, and I discovered him, I started looking him up, and then I discovered that he's going to be in Hong Kong in a few days when I'm not here. But anyway, nevertheless, he mixes, like, there was one comment in YouTube that I loved, which is, bro can mix oil with water. Like, he can mix, like, the set that I would pass to you on YouTube, I'm actually going to put the link in the video because if anyone wants to actually check it out, it's super nice. In the first 2 minutes, he goes from rock and roll to hip hop to hard techno and back to rock and roll in 2 minutes. And I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And this is what I enjoy.
And make it sound smooth and
yes.
It's okay to change genres. Like,
yes.
It is okay if you actually do it nicely.
Yes, but I mean, you need to be very good, I think, to do that.
You need to understand why you do that. And it's like, if you like it, you will find a way of like...
Of making it.
I like it. I need to show them why I like it.
Yes.
I mean, there is a person that he does that. He's well known for this. Is Laurent Garnier from Europe, from France. That he's doing this like for 30 years now, like mixing different types of music, and in a festival kind of like people go for really hard electronic music. And making sounds that it was all the same genre of music.
Yeah, it's true. I in Hong Kong, the craziest guy that I've heard, I mean, not, let's say, a little bit underground, but everyone knows him, is Mr. Ho. Mr. Ho changes, gives you a little bit of everything, and it works. I haven't seen him for a very long time, but again, I haven't been going out for a very long time. Let's say, do you give yourself time to actually go and enjoy other people's sets nowadays? Do you have the time even?
I'm trying to go to different events that happen in town. If goes on days that I have to be at our venue, Cassio, of course, I might pass by for half an hour. But there are events that it's like they happen because of Art Basel or this kind of like the bigger the city like gives the platform, and we have artists coming or big events happening for this region. Yes, I'm trying, but it's again how we started the conversation of like trying to do everything and then end up don't have time for yourself.
Yes.
So it's depends on the day. If it's not against. It's on the same day of what we do, then it's difficult for me, and I'm not gonna enjoy. I'm passing by just to show my support and to get something really quick, because probably I'll have to be like midnight after midnight at the venue.
Sure.
So I'm missing most of the good part of the night.
Yeah. If let me rephrase this. What you just said helps me rephrase what I wanted to say. If tomorrow you win the lottery and you can take 3 months to yourself, and you come back fresh, and you don't have to DJ, you choose not to DJ for another 3 months. You say, I'm just gonna enjoy. Who would you like? Let's say who do you enjoy the most, or would you enjoy the most going to see?
To see.
Other DJs, yes.
I'm a big fan of Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
You know Johnny from Potato Head?
Yes.
Johnny Hiller.
Yes.
Because he also does that, what you say earlier, that he has variety of like music styles, and he can mix them. Who else?
But it can be even big names, eh? Let's say.
I thought you said
even,
from
no,
the city.
even big names.
Um,
I can tell you, let's say the last one that made me hate a little bit Ibiza, to be frank, was back to back Carl Cox with Lauren Garnier 6 hours, which was a crazy set. But I say I hated Ibiza because it was DC-10, and it was so crowded, man.
yeah.
They are so greedy. I mean, again, they're trying to make money, I know,
Yeah.
but it gets to a point in which, for the consumer, from my point of view, it's like just 10% less, 5% less of people. I couldn't even move. You cannot even dance. You're like this.
I think they cross the line of like give value to
To the customer.
the customer that pays to have an experience, and really lower the quality of the experience.
Oh, 100%. I was not there for the full set, by the way.
Yeah.
After 2 hours, I left because I was.
To be honest, I didn't start this as a club goer. I was never a club goer.
Uh-huh.
Like immediately, I was like, I was very lucky. I was doing warm up for other DJs, and I was part of a crew that was always like in a safe space.
Yeah.
I was never on the crowd, and immediately after 3-4 years, I ended up playing in 3,000 people venue, and I was like, I don't see myself there. I feel worried about like how people stuck there sometimes. And it was at the era, it was 2003, 4, 5.
Yeah.
The good time of like
People were
the clubbing era.
You will have a space
That
to
it
dance.
was like venues, as you say, it's packed, and I couldn't see myself there. How can I be in the middle of this space?
No, look. So the last, I was in Ibiza for a weekend last September, and I didn't go clubbing. Zero, and the reason why was because I was having such a good time during the daytime, just having some fish by the sea, like you described.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I did that in Ibiza actually.
How can anyone convince me to go to Amnesia now?
Yeah.
Or let's say go to a hotel, get changed, go to Amnesia.
Well, it depends who you talk. If you talk to a 20 years old, like
yeah. Maybe that's because I'm close to 40. But no, and the reason why was that the previous time I had gone, I spent 10 days in Ibiza, and I did 3 nights, and Pasha, Amnesia, and DC-10.
I haven't gone to these places yet.
Man, all of them are nice. The music was nice. It was unbearable, and we did the same thing in the 3 venues. After 3 hours, I told Katrina, look, I'm not having fun. Like I'm really.
3 hours is quite a time. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, but
3 hours.
For Ibiza, leaving at 3:30, 4 a.m. is early. But I just couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
and I like to party.
Yeah.
I'm a club goer. So
I mean, I think Ibiza's for our group of people should be like one night actually, like really enjoying going out, and the rest of the day should be what you described.
Yes, much better.
Yeah, I mean, you can balance that. You can do that.
No, 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 of course. But again, you're there. You know, you see certain names. Because I like the music, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you see certain names that you know it's gonna be hard to get to catch in, you know,
That's
especially
the
in
other
Hong
thing.
Kong.
Again, like we're going to the side of like the club goer. They ask me, "Have you been to Birmingham?" It's like I'm work. I'm not the one that goes. I'm working. Like I
Yes,
was never the goer, festival
yes,
goer. Like it's good to get ideas. It's good to experience and see. But I'm on the other side. I'm working. I'm like
yes,
on the same days. I have something else somewhere else. So
yes,
uh, probably I experience less than a lot of people I meet here or around the world.
yeah,
um, and I have different experience, but I'm on the side that works. And I think this thing when I'm there, where I'm in this area, Ibiza, or whatever. And last summer I was there for private things, for a private villa event. Um, then they were sending me message, "Oh, you are in Ibiza, this," and I was thinking of like the stress of like how packed it's gonna be. Like I think I'm fine. Like
yeah, yeah,
and it's a chance for me to get like a little bit off. Like I
yeah.
did the event, I have like 4 more days to stay on the island. I would choose to stay on the villa and go like the next day by boat somewhere like for fish or whatever.
No, 100%, 100%. So let's say, what is the routine that allows you to keep being sane when, let's say, on a busy week? Imagine I don't know, summer that you need to juggle between Mykonos and Hong Kong. Like last time when
Yeah.
we met for your birthday, you were actually between a lot of trips.
Last summer was like the craziest so far for me, and it's the thing is like I'm not like a big artist name to have like this kind of regular. I have regular flights, but the thing is, the contacts or the events I have so far, it's because of the venues I work and wherever I am depends on the season. It's not that I'm a big artist name, depends on my music productions and people book me. So when I'm off, it's not off, like I'm going somewhere to play and I have to come back and cover the time I was off. So
Yeah.
I was back and forth too many times without breaks on that. And I did like in 3 months, I did like 5 times like
Back and forth.
back and forth, which is too much for this kind of trips.
Yeah.
Uh,
So let's say, how do you handle it? I was in Italy for 1 week in January for work, and it was devastating because I was there, spent 6 days, got adjusted to the jet lag the fourth or the fifth day, and then when I was already adjusted, I came back and I had to do another jet lag. So let's say, and I normally when I'm settled in the same time zone, I'm actually quite healthy. Wake up early, do things, go to the gym, whatever. But then when you are shaking, because it's like you're shaking, suddenly the habits they blow up to smithereens. How do you do it?
well, I didn't do it right. And it's piling up. It's tiredness that it's piling up. And it hit me like a month ago, as I told you. It was like I have some statistic on my phone in terms of like sleep or being at home, like an app that can check like where you are, if you're getting rest, how much rest you get. It even check like how much time of deep sleep you had. And it was clear from last April till like January, actually, it was a period that it was too much for me, too much traveling, too much outside my house. Uh, especially last weekend of August, like September, we had like, I had to finish from here, from Cassio, take a flight, go to Mykonos, arrive a day after, play, and then the day after take a flight, be back here.
Wow.
For stuff we had to do here. And then after that, it started being obvious that it's like I need to take a break or like take some rest. But things coming up, and it's like, yeah, I can do it. So I tried. It doesn't work.
But do you ever break down and you say, are you who stops or is the body who stops you? Because I tend to get sick.
Yeah,
like
the body stops you because I think compared to females, males have this thing that they are stubborn and they're like, I will do it, I can do it, and then you need the body to stop you to realize that it's like it's not happening. It's not sustainable, and you cannot do it actually. Even if in your mind you are like, yeah, I can do it. It's now. It's for now. Then I will slow down. No, you don't. You don't slow down.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't slow down. It's tough. It's tough. But I have to say, probably what you mentioned, I bought this thing, which it's exactly what you described.
Yeah.
Tells you how much you sleep, how much. And at least it gives me knowledge or, how to say, a daily account on what I'm doing or what I'm not doing.
Yeah.
So it's helping me make the right decisions. Even though now with a kid, everything has, let's say...
At least you have the stats, the data of like, okay, if I did wrong, at least I see what happened.
Yeah.
And you work on it.
Yeah, 100%. Alex, I want to ask you a little bit about Hong Kong. But before how Hong Kong has evolved, because you made a big bet in your life to come here and to stay here. Despite, let's say, all of the changes in the city. But before that, I want to get a little bit on the scene of DJing in general, because it also changed a lot. It changed because, in my opinion, number one, technology is better and more widely available and cheaper. So more people have access to decks and they can practice and so on. There is a lot of social media. There is now... I remember when I was same story of you. In my city in Oviedo there was this club called La Real, and Carl Cox, Jeff Mills used to come there. So there was this big culture of techno, and I had older friends that wanted to that would play and so on. And I told my mom, I want to play, and one of her students, she was a teacher, was selling a couple of turntables and a mixer, and I went there and I said to myself, how the hell am I supposed to work this? Now there are 10,000 tutorials everywhere, so the access is easier. And on top of that, we had a 2-3 hiatus called pandemic, in which people had a lot of time to dedicate to things it was not normal. So how has the scene evolved, and how someone, let's say, how people like you that are established, that have been dedicated to this for a very long time, have you suffered a little bit? What is the relationship with this new breed of DJs?
It's not a bad thing. People wanted to explore something new, something more. Yes, of course, it's easier now than it used to be, because like it really, what's the right word, discourage you when you are like, find it hard of like, how can work with something that you don't understand anything.
Yeah.
Now it's easier, but it was general. Like, even if you wanted to be like a graphic designer or something, there is like an app that helps you to do, while people 10 years ago was like learning like Adobe, whatever. And now you can, everything, it's like you put your finger in and removes the background.
No, but...
So it's for everyone was that. It wasn't only for the DJ. But it always a good and bad side in terms of like, I don't see a bad side, because at the end it's on the person if decides to move forward. And if decides to move forward, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing, because like if the person wants to do it, like why not?
So
it didn't affect me personally, and actually during pandemic, I shouldn't actually talk, because it was the best period of my life, and I'm one of a few stories around the world that actually it was good for me.
Okay.
It was bad for my circle of people from Europe, from people I know and work with. They were like, some of them, they went under depression. They didn't work for like almost 2 years. And we were in this bubble that I was also working. I had a limit on work, and that was good for me because I was getting rest.
Yeah.
And everything switched to Swift to earlier. It was earlier everything. We were finishing by midnight or 1 after midnight. And then I had the chance to meet so many interesting people in this city that because of this bubble, we became instant friends because we explored Hong Kong. Like, I was new to Hong Kong. I had the chance to go around the city. This city is so good because it gives you from mountains to islands to, like, I was swimming for 12 months in a row. I was going to the beach. Like, there is so much good things that I experienced at that period that have nothing against like the COVID period. But this is like one of a few stories. So I see nothing wrong to the people that explore a different side of themselves, and it didn't affect me personally, like in terms of business or like what I do, how I like. Yeah. So
how many of those people do you think kept on DJing or made it as a main activity?
I think the statistic usually is the same on everything. It's not only on DJ, so it's maybe 10% can keep going if they really pay attention, focus, and decide that, yeah, I'm doing it, even if it doesn't look that I'm good or whatever. It works like everything. Like,
They need to be consistent.
some people like. Personally, I had so many people coming to me at Cassio. It's like, oh, like I start like I really like what you guys do here, and because of the music, I decided to learn. I was like, yeah, well done. And it was like through the last like 4 years, probably it's more than 100 people
that came through with this.
It was people that I don't really know, or we talk through Cassio. It was around like 100 people that for the last 4 years came. By the way, I'm learning. By the way, I'm doing this. I got a controller, or I'm going for lessons there.
Nice.
And it was well balanced. It was a lot of like girls.
Okay. Hey, no, it's true. Let's say how many of those are still playing Cassio now? Outside, let's say the regular DJs.
They didn't play at Cassio, but there are a lot that they still doing it. I don't know if they stopped doing what they used to do in their life, but again, it's the percentage is not big. It's like small, but the one that they keep coming and they keep remind me that they're doing this, like it looks that they still doing it.
Do they need to? Is it important for people now to not only play but also produce music?
It's not necessary. It's something you figure out in this industry where you want to go.
Yeah.
And it helps even for me. Like I did it on the hard way. That I'm playing around cities around the world because of the venues, because of the reputation we built through venues. And it's a hard way because like it took me many years to establish connections, but when you like grow through music production, it's so much faster and different volume, especially now with tools like Spotify. When you have music productions out there and people can find you, you can find more DJ sets than music productions.
Yes. Andreas Vural started working a lot on that. He made a couple of
He's
nice
consistent.
songs.
He's good. He's a fast learner, and he's doing well.
I remember the first times he started to mix in friends' parties.
Yeah.
And he's done. I think he's been very good at also working the communication side of the business.
Yeah.
Showing people what he does. In my opinion, he's now in a very good place which is Bangkok is booming. Since the pandemic, Bangkok is an amazing city.
Look, take it
Even
like
before.
this. Bangkok right now is in a better place than Hong Kong.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I tell you, if it wasn't because of the traffic and certain inconveniences,
Yeah. This is a different topic.
I would move to Bangkok maybe.
Right now, I see this from my side, like business perspective. Right now, Bali and Bangkok is in a better place than Hong Kong. Hong Kong is really slow. I never thought it's going to be like this. But Bali and Bangkok, that's the truth. Bali and Thailand,
Yeah.
because also it's Phuket in Thailand that it's going crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
All those Russians moving away from the cold.
That's one side. I think they went everywhere. They're in Tulum.
They're everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere.
But in terms of like the electronic music scene business, Thailand, Bangkok, and Bali right now it's something else.
I think Bangkok just. I lived in Bangkok until 2018, and it was fun then. But then it just stepped up around 2023. It just improved a lot of restaurants, clubs.
On F&B, they're doing well. At least the last 10 years, they're doing great in terms of restaurants, also bars. Mostly restaurants. I mean, the food.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yes.
But the food, it's nice even if you go to like the street food or to go to a nice restaurant. But I think something changed. They wanted to invest money in terms of entertainment, and they're really like investing money on this now, and that's obvious. And it's the same in Phuket. They decided of like they're investing money, and they right now Phuket like battles with Bali, who's gonna be the best like in Asia right now, which is something like I feel bad that we are outside of this game.
But but Hong Kong is I believe that Hong Kong is more like a winter destination, like a non-holiday place.
Yeah, this is a different model. You're right, because it's a holiday destination there. While here it's a city, but here we're facing the problem that the last part of COVID, it really break us down in terms of F&B. Restaurants in general in Hong Kong did well no matter what, like they're full anyway. But the bars and the nightlife, it really didn't, like a lot of places shut down. I'm impressed how we survived. And the government helped like part of the industry, especially the restaurants, but it really doesn't understand what bars and nightlife can bring to the city in terms of tourism. It's not in their mindset at all, so they didn't help at all. And we are part of the chain, but we're outside of this circle at the end, and it's up to us, which is not. Hong Kong used to be a place that people do business and then celebrate it.
And celebrate business.
It's part of this mindset, because it's part of this mindset in Asia in general. Like they go to Macau, whatever. Like I don't know why they see that it's outside of this chain.
No, it's totally
the government. So we didn't have help, and to recover from this, or first of all, need investment from the government in terms of like attracting visitors again. Like I think they show numbers that it's like, oh, there is visitors coming. Or what is these visitors? Like how they help like the market in general? Because at the end, all I see is like, yes, we are crowded some times of the week. And what actually is this crowd that is coming?
Yeah, you're totally right. You said something that, in my opinion, is spot on. This was a city in which people used to do business. They closed deals, and then they would celebrate. And the problem is, I tell you, from my perspective, there are no deals being done.
Yeah.
So I think it starts from there. Let's say Hong Kong. I know companies. I can tell you later. I cannot say this on air.
Yeah.
I know companies whose CEO comes to Asia once per year to check on
Yeah.
the different offices. And before, Hong Kong was the first stop. Now they don't even stop.
They don't even stop now.
Now they don't even take half a day to come here because business has vanished. Like the bracket of how much people lost market in Hong Kong goes between minus 60 to minus 95%. I'm talking from architecture and interior design. So let's say when you don't have that, then the rest spirals down. I'm a little bit surprised that in your case, I mean, a lot of venues started somehow disappearing, and you managed to stay relevant, which I'm very happy, because the day that Cassio is no longer there means that the city someone closed down the city and threw the key to the river.
Well, the thing is, like, I'm lucky that the owner and the previous main shareholder didn't give up, and to be honest, I think we were losing money for most of the time. He just decided to not shut down. It was always looking good, but that doesn't translate that it was like making money or break even.
I mean, because I imagine that you being still one of the few places open, you attract more people from that would go otherwise to other venues. But I got voice that actually that doesn't translate to spending.
Yeah.
That actually the numbers are not good.
Because we change also our behavior in terms of like how we host. We realized that at that period we have to be happy that you guys coming, whoever is you, and we changed the model of like pushing for sales to have them even with drinks or just drinks, or like even treat them drinks. And that's how you create like a nice vibe and atmosphere. That we succeed on that. Like we always had the reputation that the vibe is there.
Yes.
But again, back to the business model, like not sure how much we lost. I wasn't involved on numbers back then, but I'm sure we didn't make money at that period.
Do you think it's also a generational thing? Like young people don't drink that much.
Young people don't drink alcohol that much, and COVID changed the way people behave in terms of like entertainment and spending and all that stuff. It's not a bad thing necessarily, but it affects our industry.
Yes.
We need to figure out what we do with that. What's the next thing? How this can be sustainable?
Yes. How is the new customer? How does the new customer behave?
Well, Cassio was already, and where I'm coming from was already like a mindset of like the entertainment from this industry, that it's not a show off. You don't have to like be loud, crazy to accept you on the venue. It was always like, do how you feel. We want you to be happy. We want you to have fun, and that doesn't translate of you need to open like 10 bottles or whatever.
Sure.
Of course, sales is good, but you need to feel welcome, and that to feel that you are at your place. Usually when we achieve to make someone feel good, then they start spending when they come because they feel good. But when there is that, in Asia the model was different. It was always like you need to spend to look like the important person, which is nothing wrong with this model. It wasn't where I'm coming from or what we do at Cassio. It still exists, has more money in venues like this than, but our mindset, it's more like feel like home, and we are happy that someone can achieve that, can come and feel that comfortable and spend whenever he likes. It's not, again, in an industry like this, in this city, it's really like hard.
Do you think that people, let's say, how is the relationship between being a everyday club, let's say a commercial space that
We
is
are not
always
a-
open.
Okay,
that-
let me rephrase that because like I never saw Cassio as a club. It's a lounge. It's like it's a social venue. It's a social club. That's why we changed now the logo to Cassio Social Club. Uh, it's a lounge. It's something that you can start early. Can Friday Saturday can party, can move to a party to have fun, and then don't go late there. You can go somewhere else.
Yes. Do you still have do dinners? Or no?
We stopped the previous concept and we're about to start it again now, and not rebrand it, but present something new that it's because we are so mixed in cultures there. Like I'm from Greece, we have like the half of the team is from France. We have a little bit of everything. We will try to present something that has flavors from places we're coming from.
Okay.
Because it used to be like Spanish tapas. The
Which-
whole concept, the Cassio was.
Yeah.
I mean, we had dinner there.
You took me there, and I was super surprised. And I want to
Yeah.
say this for
Yeah.
everyone. It was a very nice restaurant. Like, I mean, it felt like lounge
Yeah.
with proper restaurant food.
Yeah.
And I was like, how do people not know about this?
This is on us because we weren't good like in terms of like marketing, and now we're working to build like the right team on each side of the of this brand that needs to push out what we do.
Yeah.
And just start like because we didn't have like proper advertisement for really long time.
But I tell you, and this is gonna probably ensure me a few enemies, but I don't give a crap. There are Spanish restaurants in the city that were serving food lower than your level, and I'm thinking of more than one. I was super surprised. So no, I'm happy that you bring it back, and you put a little bit of, let's say, you said
So we wanna
Mediterranean
do
type of things.
we wanna
super
do
nice.
like easy food with drinks. So it's like we don't want to bring like the proper restaurant kind of vibe, but we are about to do also like a small renovation to change a little bit the terrace and inside. We just finished the sound kind
Okay.
of. We resave it. We have like finally we have something new.
Yeah.
But we want to also refresh the design and show that the new Casio, because it's been long, it's 8 years already.
Yes.
And we want to bring back the food that goes well with, and we want to do something like early and maybe late as well. So sometimes late night, Friday, Saturday, we might have start bringing stuff to treat people.
Ah, nice.
Easy thing, something easy to eat.
Yeah.
So now we are about like dropping ideas of like each and everyone from the team of like where we're coming from, what we feel it will fit well with drinks.
Yeah. No, I think I mean everyone needs to evolve, but for clubs, I imagine, or social venues. So
Yeah.
I stand corrected. It's difficult because parallel to this, let's call it crisis, there has been a proliferation, which I'm very happy about, of festivals. And let's say there are many, I mean, maybe it's my perception, but especially in Asia, there are a lot of festivals, some of them quite frequent, like Magic Room. Some of them less frequent, like maybe Wonderfruit or some...
Wonderfruit, it's one per year.
It's one per
specific.
year, yes.
And it's a festival.
It's a festival.
In the city, we have events that it's mobile events. So they can go around the city, and usually it's one day, a few hours basically.
Do you think that maybe people stop going or spending so much at venues because they're waiting for those events, 1 day event, 2 day event?
For sure, some people because the venue is there and you can find it whenever you like. then you limit yourself of like in terms of experiences. Of course, it's more fun to go to follow a few events around through the year,
Yeah.
because if it happens like 4 or 5 times or 4 times per year, they're gonna present something good. So you keep yourself for something with excitement, because it might be a theme you need to, or you will see people dress specifically, or you are part of it and you wanna follow the guideline and the dress code. It's more excitement, more fun than going to the venue.
Yeah.
Which on the venue you have the limitation of like, unless it's a specific event that has like guideline on dress code, what time you arrive, then it's a normal night. You go from that certain time till the end, and you dress like you're going out in the city.
Yeah.
So there is more excitement on the other one, of course. So a lot of people, if you pass through a period that you went too much on venues, then you reach the level of boredom. Like, okay, I need to stop and go to specific event. You know, you go through phases.
You go through phases. I don't know. I think I'm going through I'm going through phases, but when I was younger, I would go to clubs very often, or to venues. When now I just don't have the time, and I'm in a moment in my life in which, since I don't have to play, I only go, like the last time I went to Cassio, it was because I wanted to say hi to you.
Yeah.
I wanted to go say hi to Alex, and I think the last couple of times, to be frank. But no, I really hope that, let's say, Cassio is in my life. So Cassio is the first club I went to when I came to Hong Kong for the first time on a business trip. I think it was 2017, something like this. I mean, I came to Hong Kong in 2012, but I was so poor. I wouldn't even have the money to enter into Cassio. But in 2017 I came, and I had
2016 we opened on October.
Okay.
So 17, it was the first year.
Yeah, so 17 was there, and the vibe was so good, and I have an amazing story. So I went with Caterina, and I was coming with Italian salary.
Yeah.
From, let's say, the level of prices in Bangkok, which at the time was much lower than now. And I go to Cassio, and I was feeling so grand. So I said, Katrina, let's grab a glass of champagne. 2 glasses of champagne, 70 euro. I'm like, And then as we started talking, let's sit down and let's enjoy this 70 euro couple of glasses. So we started there, and then like a magician, there was this Chinese older lady, all dressed in white, who had a magnum of Veuve Clicquot, which was at least 3/4 full. And she came to us. We hadn't even spoken to her, out of nowhere. It's like, I am fed up and I'm leaving. Do you want this? And she gave us the magnum. And
it's so funny. This is happening often, actually, in venues.
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. I would love to see that woman again to thank her, because I still remember about that story. So for me, Cassio is a place that I have a lot of memories in. So I mean, I'm, let's say, very personally invested that you guys make it out. Your personal life is linked to, I imagine, the evolution of the nightlife in Hong Kong, and because you are here, I imagine that you are optimistic about some future.
Yeah.
How do you see that future, and when do you see that future coming?
Well, I'm trying.
Trying is the first thing.
Look, as I say earlier, we talk about COVID. It was a really nice period of my life. So since I arrived, like, this city gave me a lot. So it was like, I didn't realize it in the beginning. I started realizing it like later. I was privileged. I came here. They gave me this really nice platform that in Europe is different. It's like, it's everywhere, all the venues. The way it's built in Europe, where I'm coming from, makes you not see it in a positive way. It's like it's a competition. Here it changed my way of thinking, and I realized that I'm privileged later because it was the let's say the only venue that it was hosting this way, like playing that type of music.
Sorry, Audible hasn't added support for that with Siri.
How come?
Yeah, you know, nah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Someone is listening to us.
Yeah.
We are important.
so I had this like this night platform gave it to me. I realized I'm privileged because like I started realizing how easy for me like to connect with people, make friends, meet people, like, and do what I like in a venue here that people see it positive and in a nice way. I got so much good since I arrived. Like from people's side, I met so many interesting people. I made friends. I was having my job. I was still getting paid. So it was a difficult period for the rest of the world and easy for me. And now it's like a difficult period for me, but start becoming from. So I don't want to give up on this without trying. So I believe this city can have this, which is like doesn't mean it's right or wrong. It's like it's only our idea. What's Cassio? How this can be in the nightlife industry? How we think it's like that part of hospitality with that music. Like it's something we have in mind and we put it out there. You know, you working to maintain.
Yes.
So it's a difficult period, yes, but we're trying because we believe can succeed.
Look, I agree with you. Like, and I have a positive message to you, but I say this to myself as well.
Yeah.
If even in my line of work, it would make sense to bail on Asia, because now we did 23, terrible. 24 was a bloodbath. 25, I'm sorry for everyone listening to this, is not gonna be good. And there is a divide between in my line of work. I'm not saying Hong Kong nightlife, but in my line of work, there are two types of people: the people that say that 26 is the comeback year or 27. But we agree that 25 is going to be difficult anyways. But I see it from a different angle. I say, if I live now to a place that apparently is booming, imagine, I don't know, Dubai, Saudi Arabia, some places, even in the US, some places are going well, Mexico, I'm going to lose the chance to actually make myself bigger in a city that has been left alone by many people. Now we have more space, and we can learn how to be, let's say, an essential pillar of the city.
Yeah.
Me in my industry, you're in the industry, and you know, when you go through hell,
What's the next?
Then the breeze is much
Yeah.
sweeter, you know.
Yeah.
So no. Look, I'm very happy, especially because after COVID, I say in certain aspects, I also enjoyed those first couple of years of being able to move around. But now I'm making these sacrifices because I'm convinced that this city is so well built, and the flavor is there. So please don't be one of those many friends that left the city. Let's keep the fort strong. And let's keep on doing this. Alex,
To be honest,
yeah.
I don't think I can find same model like easily around the world. The way I started realizing later through my years here, it was as I said earlier, it's a platform for me, but this platform doesn't really exist around big cities around the world like this, because I'm coming from venues that they are quite, how do I put this? It's not like commercial venues, not like for everyone. Yeah, we need customers. We need specific customers. We need people that like-minded, travel around the world, have like certain education. In terms of like, we don't need that person because of the education, but this is how we connect.
Yep.
Like, and this city gives you the platform of like certain level and above.
Yep.
Because I was in London, for example, I was playing for a private venue. It was members only.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't exist for them. It's not a bad thing, but you know, like, they are on their own circle bubble that I play with high-end customers, high-end venues.
You're like a butler in that
But
situation.
which is nothing wrong with that. But here, it's like
You connect.
the way they treat me here doesn't exist around the world. Like, I met like people from like really wealthy families, and they treat me like I'm one of them. I'm not coming
Yeah.
from a background of like wealthy family or expensive colleges. I'm here just like from the way I work, my music, and I never thought in my life that there will be a city that gives me a platform that push me high like this.
100%.
So in London or New York, the same model, if you put it there, doesn't have the same result. It's like you always go in London. The people, the same circle of people that I meet and talk, and they invite me for barbecues or whatever. They don't even know how I look or exist. Like, you know, they don't turn to talk to you.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm not against this. I'm just saying it's like I found this. I'm not gonna give up on like easily.
No.
I wanna give it a try and see how this can work here, even if it's a difficult period. As I said earlier, this city gives me a lot. I wanna work for it. I don't wanna. Oh, now it's a hard period. I'm gonna go.
Yeah. 100%. Well, I'm going now for 2 weeks away, but when I come back, before I get to the new job, I'm. Are you playing on the 21st? Are you gonna be in Hong Kong on the 21st of February?
Yes, I am.
If you're there, I'll go and visit you.
Okay.
I appreciate the fact that you came. Sorry for insisting so much. And but I enjoy the conversation. It's we don't get to hang out a lot because
Yeah.
your job puts you in a different time zone than my 3-month-old baby. So
Well, I'm trying to be on your time zone actually, Monday to Thursday.
look, I'm actually moving offices. I mean, this studio is gonna still be here, but I'm gonna be working from Stanley Street. So we're gonna be very close, I think. So if you wanna grab lunch sometime and do let's say something proper, calm, or even, you know what I like to do with some friends? Grab some food and find a quiet place, a park or something. We don't
That's
even.
nice,
It doesn't even have to be a restaurant.
Yeah.
We can
That's
do
really
something
nice,
like this.
actually. That's
Okay?
really nice.
There are a few hidden places like in the piers, even on top of IFC. It's not bad. We can do that. All right. Thank you for coming, mate. It's a pleasure always to see you. And to the rest, everyone watching, because I know that you are famous. I mean, I did wanted to talk to you as Alexandros, but you are as a local celebrity. So a lot of people are gonna watch this. So thank you for everyone that made it to the end of the episode. And since this is published on a Friday,
If you make it to the end of the episode.
no. I'm sure many people look. When I'm in Cassio with you, I perceive that you are admired and loved by all of the crowd. So I'm sure they will get to the end. And so yeah, guys, this is on a Friday, 5 p.m. Go to Cassio today, tomorrow, next week. Be part of the social club and spend a little bit of money. Get some drinks. You need to be healthy all the time. Just maybe or maybe do tequila soda, which is actually the new
Or
yoga.
tequila
The new,
shots.
or tequila shots. Take care, David. It's a pleasure always
Thank you,
spending
David.
time with you. And catch you around. Until the next one. Ciao, ciao. All right. See, that was easy.
That was easy. I wasn't.